Hello and welcome back to It's What I Do. Doing a filter clean today, and I thought while I'm doing it I'll get one of the fish out and have a scrape. So I chose the I can't remember what it's called. It's the metallic red one that I bought last year at the Detlin show. So I chose that one because he's covered in like white spots and gunky shit. Technical way of describing it. So yeah, I did a scrape on that. It wasn't a particularly massive scrape. I got enough to actually put on a slide, and that was it. I did that twice, so I got two small slides from it, and I had a look under the microscope, and the only thing I could really find were flukes. Now, I've never known flukes to actually do that and create the white spots and things like that. So whether he's got a bacterial infection as well or not, I don't know. But I've only got two fish that have got that problem, and they're both the ones that I bought from Detlin last year. They came from the same supplier. I won't mention who the supplier is. There's enough of that crap going around at the moment, so I won't mention that. But yeah, it's just those two fish that have got the white spots on them. I'll see whether I can get some video so you can see what I'm talking about. But they're very lively fish, so getting hold of them is not easy. Took me ages trying to catch the damn thing. Partly because I've still got covers on, which makes it twice as difficult. But yeah, took me a little bit of time. So let me see whether I can get you a little clip of what I'm talking about. One second. So, he's hiding down there at the moment, but that one down there, hopefully you can see him. Unfortunately, there is quite a bit of reflection on there. Let me see if I can find my polarizing filter, and I'll put that on, try and cut down some of the reflection. 1 second. Okay, I've got the polarizing filter on now. Hopefully it'll make enough of a difference that we can see. Now where is he? He's hiding. You see all the rest of the fish looking absolutely fine. Oh, there he is, down there. Right, you can see him. He's got those little white lumps on him, all over his tail and down his belly. Well, I've got that one, and the lemon harawaki has got the same. He's got the lumps on his tail. Not too many on his body though, they're mainly on his tail down there. So yeah, but none of the other fish are showing signs of anything. There's no flashing, there's nothing. The only one that's had problems is that one there, the shower down there, and that's the one I got from Adam Beyer for the Andy Daly Growing Show, and he's been a very sick fish ever since I had him. Laying on the floor, laying on his side, stuff like that. So yeah, he's not been a good fish. There's the red one again. I'll see whether I can do something with the video to make that clearer. Maybe try and enlarge it or something. But yeah, it's not so good. Oh, so I've got a choice. Because there's still a small amount of salt in the pond. The two treatments I believe I can use with salt is fluke P, which I believe you can use, and Alprex. Well, I've been trying to get hold of Alprex, and I can't get any for roughly about a week. So I'm going to go with the fluke P, and I'm going to put a treatment in of fluke P and see whether that clears it up. If not, then I'll use the Alprex next week and we'll go from there. But I'm going to do a filter clean first, and top the pond back up, and then I'll put the treatment in and we'll see how we go from there. So yeah, that's where we are with it. I'll show you if I can get it to play properly, because I've had problems with it trying to get it onto a video because of the different resolutions and frame rates and everything else. But if I can get it to work, I'll show you what I found on the slide. As I say, all it was fluke. I think I found one Chilodenina, but that was just one. So I mean, that's nothing to worry about. But the flukes, I found quite a few. So yeah, I'm hoping that is what's causing those sort of gooey blister type things on the fish. I've never seen it before with flukes. Usually it's just flashing and stuff like that, but I suppose it could cause problems like that. I don't know, but we'll see. As I say, I'll treat it for with the fluke P, and we'll see how we go. Right, this is the actual slides. I do apologise if it's not that clear, but as I said, it's the difference in resolution and frame rates that causes the big problem. So we're on quite a high magnification at the moment. Problem with that is it's difficult to keep the actual fluke in the shot while you're trying to focus it, so a little bit out of focus on there, but we get him in focus. When you see these up close, they're quite scary. You could use them to scare kids. The monsters from the deep. Horrible looking things. But these are the flukes. And as I say, it was a very small slide. Very small. So although you see sort of 4 or 5 flukes in this section of the video, it was a very small sample, and you had that many in there. And this is the first slide. I did do a second slide, but it was pretty much the same picture, same sort of numbers of flukes. And there we've dropped down to a lower magnification, so you can actually see the whole thing. It's quite interesting. The only ones you'll see moving are the ones that are on the edge of the slime coat, or sort of not attached to anything like this one. There are others that you can see through the slime coat. You can see one to the left there. Sorry, to the right. Just going through the shot now. Another one there, towards the top of the screen. That's actually underneath the slime coat, and they tend to sit very still when they're surrounded by matter like that. And then we've got another one there on at the edge of it, and you can see the way they attach using their jaws, and that's what causes the irritation. And that may well be what's happened with this. It's opened sites onto the skin, and it's allowed a bacteria in as well, which isn't good at all. And so you can see them quite clearly around the edge of the sample, but the ones underneath tend to sit very still, sort of tucked in on a blanket type thing. So they sit very still, so all you can see is just like a bare outline through the slide. You'll see that there is a lot of grainy stuff on here, and I think that's where the fish were swimming around the plant pots and stuff that were in the pond while I was trying to catch them. I think it's picked up a lot of debris into its slime coat. but there's nothing moving there, so there's nothing else. There's no other predators there. Not predators, parasites I should say. If you had Costia in there, you'd probably see it at a similar sort of size to the really tiny stuff, but it'd be sort of shaking and vibrating around, which obviously that's not. And you do see some other stringy material in there as well, but I think that's actually algae or some filaments of moss that they've picked up, because they're certainly not moving. They just look like little bits of string. Anyhow, I'll shut up and maybe play some menacing music while the rest of this goes on, and you watch the rest of the slide. Come back to you in a moment. Well, hopefully you've seen the slide results of what it is. I was just talking to DaveyKoi, and it doesn't sound good, because according to him, that's how his bacterial issues started. With them coming up as like little white spots, and then turning into ulcers and that. And like me, he's never seen fluke cause that problem before. So all I can do is treat and hope for the best. There's no way I can go down the route that Mike went down, treating his fish with the injected antibiotic and stuff like that. I just haven't got the money to do it, just can't afford to do it. So just have to keep my fingers crossed that the treatments that I'm going to use, say the Fluke P and then the Alprex afterwards, sorts the problem out. But it doesn't sound good at the minute. I don't really know what I shall do if it turns out to be bacterial and it affects the rest of the fish and I end up losing them. I don't know. Do I carry on? Do I not? Something we'll have to really seriously think about. Because if I lose this lot, that'll be the second time something has infected the pond and I've lost fish. The first time was quite a few years ago now, and I lost everything within a very short space of time. Something like 24 hours or something like that, I lost everything. And that's how I ended up with all the goldfish. There was no predators in the pond to eat the baby fish, and they all survived. They didn't die off with whatever it was that hit the pond. Yeah, they all survived, and that's how comes I ended up with so many of the damn things. Don't know. Just gonna have to, as I say, go through a course of treatments, and go from there. There isn't anything else I can do. There just isn't. Being a lowly bus driver, you don't earn a lot of money. You earn a pittance compared to what we have to do. But hey ho, is what it is. Right, I'll wrap it up there. Finish getting my filters cleaned. Finish topping up the pond, and give you one last quick look at the fish. Let me spin you round. As you can see, they're all swimming around lovely, no problems at all. So all I can do is pray that it's not the bacterial issue. So yeah, all swimming around perfectly fine. Be a shame to lose that lot, wouldn't it? Especially some of them. They're getting quite big. The Kahaku I got from Adam Bayer a couple of years ago, he's growing leaps and bounds. And then I've got Big Mama over there. She's the biggest one, the chag. But all of them are a reasonable size. The one I got from Vince, that one down there, that's grown tremendously. But it is what it is. There's not much else I can do. So on that sort of down note, don't like doing videos on down notes, but hey ho, I'm gonna have to call it a day there and get on and get these filters cleaned and then get this treatment in. So until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye for now.